Lisandro Martinez concedes Manchester United accept that their recent form has been poor, but was thrilled to see a response at Liverpool. The Red Devils headed to Anfield having lost 4 games on the bounce across all competitions, and many had tipped that run to continue against Premier League leaders Liverpool. Instead, United can feel aggrieved not to have returned home with all 3 points. They initially took the lead in the 2-2 draw, with Harry Maguire having a stunning chance to win the game with seconds left in stoppage time. United's performance seemed to come out of the blue, with their recent outings offering little inspiration. Ruben Amorim's side had lost their last 3 games without scoring, and the squad have acknowledged how poor they've been, but their centre-half was inspired with how the team looked to have turned a corner. He told the BBC, "We changed our mindset. The belief, the confidence, and I saw everyone secure today. With confidence in every duel, with the pass, defending. We really enjoyed the game today. If you saw the last few games, it was poor. It's true, and we accept that. Today we played really well, and we have to believe. Football really is mental." The Argentine went on to add, "Today we showed the right character. We believed until the end. We should have won the game, we couldn't. But we tried. We have to take the positives. We were a different team than a few games ago. We played a really good game. We have to believe more in what we can do." Amorim had been forced to address the possibility of relegation. Such were United's struggles, despite the club having top 4 and trophy-winning ambitions. Their display at Liverpool did little to push them up the table, but serves as the standard going forward. Skipper Bruno Fernandes echoed Martinez's point and cited the team's mindset shift as a real game-changer. "If we show this level at Liverpool, first in the Premier League, then why can't we do this everywhere?" he said. "We have been criticised, and fairly. Our position in the table says it all. We have lost too many points. I'm pretty upset. It frustrates me, and finally I did a proper performance. We know how tough it is to play Liverpool, but we put in a real effort and played with some passion and heart." A frustrated Bruno Fernandes has challenged Manchester United to maintain the performance levels they showed against Liverpool following Sunday's 2-2 draw. The Red Devils headed into the match as heavy underdogs but exceeded all expectations against Arne Slot's side, even taking a deserved lead through the impressive Lisandro Martinez following a cute assist from Fernandes. Liverpool hit back with goals from Cody Gakpo and Mohamed Salah, but United persevered and were good value for the point that Ahmad's late leveller secured. United have been disappointing in the Premier League this season and only move up to 13th courtesy of their draw against the Reds. And while he was pleased with the performance, Fernandes admitted he was frustrated that United haven't performed like that in their other games this season. Speaking to Sky Sports, he said, "We have been criticised, and fairly. Our position in the table says it all. We have lost too many points. Even today, we can't be happy with a point. We need the points, and we could have won the game at the end, but it's a fair result. Both teams played good football. I'm pretty upset. If we show this level at Liverpool, first in the league, why can't we do this everywhere? It frustrates me. Also, finally I did a proper performance. We said we need much more from ourselves to get more from this season." He continued, "We know how tough it is to play against Liverpool. Today we put in a real effort to the game. Playing with some passion and heart is what is going to give you something from the game. You have to put in effort, and that's why we took something from today. It can't stop here. We have to bring this frustration to the next game to understand this has to be the level. If we can do it in Anfield, we have to do it everywhere." Ruben Amorim echoed similar sentiments after the match when he was asked if the focus was now on maintaining this level of performance, saying, "That is clear. Everybody thinks the same thing. We have to start someday to be consistent, not in the way we play, but in how we face the competition. So let's start today." Ruben Amorim refused to rule out the possibility of Joshua Zirkzee leaving Manchester United in January, just 6 months after he joined the club. The Dutchman was signed in the summer from Bologna for £36 million and scored on his debut in the opening game of the season. Since then, though, Zirkzee has struggled to influence games, scoring just 3 more times. Already, questions are being asked over his future, with Juventus reportedly keen on signing the former Bologna man. They're now led by Thiago Motta, was previously worked effectively with Zirkzee in Serie A, and they're reportedly lining up a bid this month. The 23-year-old endured the embarrassment of being hauled off after half an hour in the final game of 2024 against Newcastle. His withdrawal was cheered by some of his own fans and has seen his long-term future in Manchester questioned. Amorim has made it clear he wants to retain Xerxes, but couldn't rule out his exit. "I want to keep Josh because he gives everything and he's trying in training, but we don't know," he said. "The window is open and we will see what happens. We just need to focus on training and to take this for the other games. It's just 1 point, so let's focus on the performance for the next games. United are in need of reinforcements, but, with funds at a premium, may have to sell before they can buy." Xerxes is among the assets who could command a decent fee, which could be reinvested back into the playing group, with goals still a problem for the Manchester outfit. Xerxes came off the bench for the final 10 minutes in Sunday's draw with Liverpool. In the final seconds, he was put through on goal and chose to square it to Harry Maguire, who blazed over from close range. Bruno Fernandes has been among those to defend Xerxes, who has found himself in the spotlight after his embarrassing substitute saga. He said everyone gets a little bit afraid of sometimes stepping into these big stages, but we need to understand the club we play for. We need to understand the demands to play for this club. But at the same time, I really get frustrated for what happened to Josh, because I was in the stands and I've never seen something like this. And it really frustrates me and annoys me because he's a player that always gives it his all, always tries as a player that is coming into the team. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford has been left out of the matchday squad to face Liverpool on Sunday after Ruben Amorim revealed he was suffering with illness. Rashford has not played for United since a 2-1 win over Victoria Plzen in the Europa League on December 12th, with Amorim leaving him out of 4 squads in a row after he revealed his desire to leave the club. The England star was recalled to the bench for the 2-0 home loss to Newcastle last time out, but will not be involved at all at Anfield after feeling unwell. Amorim revealed Rashford was likely to miss out while announcing his team news on Saturday. He said, "No, I think Rashford is ill. Johnny Evans is out. I think the rest, Vic Lindelof is almost there and Luke Shaw also, but they are out. The others, I think, are fit." Amorim made 3 changes from the side that lost to the Magpies as Kobbie Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte returned to the starting 11, while Bruno Fernandes returned from suspension. On the bench, Amorim named Joshua Xerxes, Antony and Alejandro Garnacho as his attacking options in the absence of Rashford. Rashford was initially left out of United's 2-1 win at rivals Manchester City on December 15th, before giving a bombshell interview claiming he wanted a new challenge away from Old Trafford amid a lack of minutes under Amorim. The 27-year-old was then left out of the squads for the losses against Tottenham, Bournemouth and Wolves before returning against Newcastle, but he did not come on as a substitute. Amid uncertainty over his future, Rashford has been linked with a transfer away from his boyhood club this month, amid links to Arsenal and the Saudi Pro League. Explaining his decision last month, Rashford said there were no hard feelings towards the club and that he simply wanted a fresh chapter for himself after struggling on the pitch in the last few years. "If I know that a situation is already bad, I'm not going to make it worse. I've seen how other players have left in the past, and I don't want to be that person. When I leave, I'll make a statement and it will be from me. When I leave, it's going to be no hard feelings. You're not going to have any negative comments from me about Manchester United. That's me as a person. For me, personally, I think I'm ready for a new challenge and the next steps." Manchester Evening News readers have been voicing their opinions on the recent developments surrounding Marcus Rashford at Manchester United. Rashford's refusal of lucrative offers from Saudi Pro League clubs and his expressed desire for a new challenge has sparked questions about his commitment to the club and his future in football. Marcus Rashford has turned down 3 offers from Saudi Pro League clubs and has also dismissed a move to any teams in Turkey, as he wants to prioritise a career-driven move ahead of the 2026 World Cup in 18 months' time. United are ready to sell Rashford in the winter transfer window after he expressed his desire for a new challenge in an interview conducted 2 weeks ago. Rashford, 27, earns £325,000 a week at United, and his salary could prove prohibitive as he considers a move to a prestigious club this month. United head coach Ruben Amorim left out Rashford from 4 consecutive matchday squads, but recalled him for the 2-0 home defeat to Newcastle on Monday night. Rashford was an unused substitute. One reader, Bert66, empathises with Rashford's situation, suggesting chin-up lad fight for the number 9. Jampua says Rashford is getting £325,000 per month at OT, but he is offered £2.9 million a month if he goes to Saudi. Isn't that good enough for him in terms of pay? What more does he want? Grab it. Marcus. King 2 writes, is it all about what Rashford wants? What about showing some respect to the club, which gave you the opportunity to be a top player? Madrid Red says, interesting how people are upset at Rashford, but not on how the club is being run. I thought the previous manager was bad, but results are even worse. To think, they paid extra to get him to United, including paying for the other manager to go away just to be worse off. The sad fact is Rashford is still better than all of the other attackers playing every game. United have no hope of scoring, and people are mad at the dude not playing. Make it make sense. Kraftwerk adds, a player that hasn't won the treble, hasn't won the double, in fact hasn't won the league or the Champions League, hardly ever qualified for the Champions League, and he needs a new challenge? Asker just says, get him gone. Jasper JH asks, why does he think that he can play at a level for another club that would warrant an England call-up when he can't be bothered doing it at this club? His attitude sucks. 1954. Brad Fields doesn't want an easy route out and wants to get back in the England setup. Thought it was April Fool's, then realised he's had his feet up for 2 years and now to start playing again. Stretfordian says, he would like the chance to play for England again? Well, Mr. Rashford, you need to put in a few shifts and work hard. Play for the badge. Pacman Jim believes the big European teams are not going to take a chance on him unless he takes a pay cut. Kevmall feels he will sit on his £325,000 wage for another few years. 27 years old freeloader like a lot of others at the club. None of that when Fergie was at the helm. Manu99 replies, you have hit the nail on the head when you mention the £325,000 wage. How many top players in the Premier League or other top leagues in Europe are paid that sort of regular wage? How about £200,000 per week basic, and the rest on playing regularly and achieving results? Ghostdad writes, I doubt he will be going anywhere soon. As for playing for England, that is a non-starter there, too many far superior players way ahead of him.